You wake up one morning and realize something terrifying. You've been living your life under a lie. Not one you created, but one you were handed. You were told that if you're kind, if you're good, if you play fair, life will reward you, that people will respect you, that goodness will shield you from harm. But deep down, you know that's not true. Because no matter how good you've been, people have stepped on you, ignored you, used you, and smiled while doing it. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Kindness alone will not save you. In fact, in the real world, it might just destroy you. You've been sold a dream, a sugar-coated myth designed to keep you docile. And today, we shatter it. You've been taught that virtue is enough, that honesty brings rewards, that selflessness is strength. But look around you. Really look. Is it the good who rise? Or is it those who know when to play dirty? Not recklessly, not maliciously, but strategically. Let me tell you a story. There once was a man named Elias. He believed in doing the right thing, always, hard-working, honest, loyal, the kind of man who never played games or cut corners. He thought his integrity would speak for itself, that staying late, avoiding gossip, helping others, would eventually be rewarded. And for a while it seemed like it might. People said they respected him. His boss gave the occasional nod. But year after year, nothing changed. Meanwhile, others like Marcus climbed the ladder. Marcus wasn't the hardest worker, but he was strategic, charming. He knew how to be seen. He played the game, carefully, smartly. He said just enough, held back when needed. Never too much, never too little. And he rose, not because he was better, but because he understood what Elias didn't. Virtue alone isn't enough. It must be carried with power. Goodness without wisdom, a liability, honesty without discretion, a weakness, selflessness without boundaries, a trap. That realization broke Elias. But that's where your story begins. Because whether you see it or not, you might be Elias. You believe that your effort will speak for itself, that people will notice, that one day your quiet strength will be rewarded. But the world is not a fair judge. It's a stage, a performance. And if you don't learn how to direct the narrative, someone else will write your story for you. Let me ask you something. How many times have you done the right thing and been overlooked? How many times have you helped someone only to be forgotten the moment they got what they needed? How many times have you stayed silent when you should have spoken and later wondered why you felt invisible? This isn't a coincidence. It's a pattern, a trap, and unless you wake up, it'll keep happening. Now, I'm not telling you to stop being good. I'm telling you to become good on purpose, to be good with awareness, with boundaries, with strength. Let me put it another way. A lamb is innocent, pure, kind. But in a forest full of wolves, its purity means nothing. In fact, it becomes a beacon, a signal to predators. Here's someone who won't fight back. That's what unchecked virtue turns you into. But imagine this instead. The lion, just as noble, just as proud, but not naive. A lion walks with quiet confidence, doesn't roar unless necessary. It doesn't fight every battle. But when it does, it doesn't lose. That's what you must become. Not cruel, not manipulative, but dangerous when necessary. A person who is kind, but never weak, generous, but never exploited, open-hearted, but never wide open. This is where the true transformation begins. You must learn the art of perception. Think of the people you admire, those who rise, those who command respect. Are they always the smartest, the most qualified, the most selfless number. They are the ones who understand how others perceive them, and they shape that perception intentionally. They speak less, but say more. They disappear when necessary, and reappear when it counts. They don't react, they calculate. You must master the art of strategic silence. Why? Because when people don't know everything about you, they fill in the blanks with possibility. Mystery creates respect. Predictability invites manipulation. Let others wonder what you're thinking. Let them guess at your next move. Because power is not in volume, it's in restraint. And here's another truth few will tell you. Control your emotions, or someone else will. Every time you lose your temper, someone else gains control. Every time you react without thinking, someone is steering you like a puppet. You must become emotionally sovereign. Not numb, not heartless, but calm, focused, unshakable. Because the man who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. So learn to pause before you respond, to breathe before you speak, to see the game being played around you instead of being played by it. And perhaps the most underappreciated power of all, strategic patience. Most people are in a rush. They chase validation, applause, quick wins, but you must become like a hunter in the forest. Still, observant, waiting, not for any opportunity, but for the right one. Because when you move with precision, once is enough. Niccolo Machiavelli saw this centuries ago. In The Prince, he stripped human nature bare. He exposed what most people deny, that men are selfish, that loyalty is fragile, and that if you want to survive, you must learn to outthink, not outfeel. Let me ask you something. How many times have you done the right thing and been ignored? How often have you helped others, only to be forgotten? Stayed silent when you should have spoken, then felt invisible. That's not bad luck. It's a pattern, a trap, and unless you break it, it'll keep repeating. I'm not saying stop being good. I'm saying be good with power, with awareness, with boundaries, because a lamb is kind, but in a forest of wolves, it's just prey. Now picture a lion, still noble, still proud, but not naive. It doesn't fight every battle, but when it does, it wins. It doesn't roar to be heard. Its presence is enough. That's who you need to become. Not just good, but good on purpose, good with strength, the kind the world doesn't overlook. You could be a lion, but if you act like a sheep, the wolves will feast on you, without guilt, without hesitation. So act like a lion, even when you're uncertain, even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. There's another secret Machiavelli left us with, and it's one the naive will never understand. Information is currency. Every word you speak is a transaction. And you've been overspending. You give away your thoughts too freely. You explain yourself when no one's asking. You fill silence with noise out of fear. Stop. The greatest power you have is what you don't reveal. A mysterious man is dangerous. A predictable one, a pawn. You want to become unreadable. Not because you want to deceive, but because in a world built on manipulation. So stop narrating your every move. Speak less, mean more. And remember this, the one who speaks least commands the most. But it's not just silence you need, it's unpredictability. Predictable people are easy to exploit. They're easy to provoke. They're easy to dismiss. If everyone knows how you'll react, you are already defeated. But when they can't read you, you become dangerous. When your reactions can't be predicted, your enemies become cautious. They think twice before moving against you. Because power isn't just what you do, it's what people think you might do. Now here's something most people will never tell you. Your absence can be more powerful than your presence. If you're always available, people stop valuing you. If you're always giving, people stop respecting you. You must become rare to become revered. Disengage sometimes. Withdraw strategically. Let people feel your absence. Scarcity breeds desire. Distance creates power. And if you've been scared of being forgotten, ask yourself, if people only remember you when you're always there, were you ever truly remembered? You were just tolerated. Let's talk about emotional control. Most people think power is about domination, loudness, force. But real power? It's calm, it's cold, it's quiet. The one who stays centered while everyone else loses their mind. That's the one you follow. That's the one you fear. Because the moment someone provokes you and you snap, you've handed them your leash. Your anger makes you predictable. Your desperation makes you manipulable. Your anxiety makes you forget who you are. So learn to master your emotions, not deny them, but dominate them. Be the storm they didn't see coming, not the thunder everyone heard before the rain even fell. And finally, patience. In a world of instant gratification, patience is rebellion. While others rush, you wait, you watch, you strike at the right time, not the first time. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be in the right place at the right time. That's what Machiavelli knew. That's what the greats practiced. And it's what you've forgotten. So now the choice is yours. You can keep believing that kindness is enough, that the world will change for you, that virtue without power will protect you. Or you can wake up. You can start playing the game you've always been part of. But this time, on your own terms. You can become the anomaly, the outlier, the one no one can quite understand. Because you've stopped being readable and started being real. You don't have to betray your principles, but you do have to defend them. You don't have to stop being kind, but you must stop being defenseless. Because the world isn't made for the soft-hearted. It's made for those who can carry both a gentle soul and a sharpened mind. So what will you do? Return to the dream, or finally wake up and master the game?